I'm here because I want to share my story. I'm not here to change anybody's mind, just share my story. So thank you guys for listening. So, who is Beatriz? I come from Mexico. I was 3 years old when I was brought here unwillingly. My mother came here when I was two years old. She left my sisters and I back in Mexico, and she decided that she was going to come find work, and then she was going to go back and, you know, continue with our lives. Unfortunately, fortunately, that didn't happen. At the age of 12, I actually realized that I had a dream. And I used to watch a lot of models, a lot of magazines, and I thought, well, I want to be on the cover of a magazine one day. And I started to learn to pose. And I came to my mother and I said, you know what, Mom, I want to be a movie star. I want to be a model. And she said to me, okay, when's the audition? And I said, well, it's next week. So we go to the audition in LA, show up, I do my audition, walk the catwalk, and they say to me, so, well, you know, she's really good. They brought my mom in, and the training was going to cost about $1,000. I knew that my mother was a single parent, and it was really difficult growing up. So we couldn't afford all the luxuries then at the time, which honestly now I'm thankful for. So we drive back, and long story short, I go to my room and I begin to cry. I cried because I thought, well, I could never live my dream. I could never be a model because I don't have the money. But the thing that actually made it very difficult for me, after I realized that I did not have papers, what they call papers, but the legal term is undocumented. They don't say immigrant, they don't say illegal. So I continued to live my life. I decided that I couldn't go to school. I gave up, and I got a job as a waitress, and I worked serving people. Customer service later became one of the things that I enjoyed doing. And as I was working, one of the customers was actually a former friend of mine from high school. We were a part of the track team together. And I saw her, and I said, oh my gosh, we need to catch up. So she gives me her number, and I meet her up for lunch, and I'm like, how are you doing? Things are great. And soon after, I asked her, like, what are you doing? She said, I'm going to school. I'm getting my bachelor's and everything. I said, that's interesting. I said, I can't go to school. And she said, well, why not? I said, well, I don't have papers. And I literally said that to her, I don't have papers. And she said, well, I don't either. I said, well, how the heck are you going to school? And she said, there's a program, there's a form that you can apply so that you don't have to pay international fees. So once she told me, literally the next day, I actually went online and I signed up. I enrolled in for Mount Sac, and I came in, I filled out my form, I took the test, the placement test like everybody else, and I realized, dear God, I've been out of school for a long time. And I come to Mount Sac, I read on the article in the book, in the classes, and I find at the bottom it said bridge program. It said if you need these classes, please, you've got to come in at this time and meet at this room. So the bridge program actually, it was a huge help for me because I was able to get classes right away. I didn't have to wait.